Hey guys, Eric here with Project DIY. In today's video we are going to take this porch right here and we are going to stamp it and make it look like this. And some of you's like, how in the world are we going to make that look like that? Well, watch the video and I'm going to show you. So here's what we got. We've been showing you the kind of the whole transformation. Let me see what we have going here. We've redone all the landscaping here. We poured, if you remember, if you haven't watched the video, check out the video. We made the steps. Then I have a video on the concrete here that we poured and we stamped it. Now what we got is, this is concreted already. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna grind this with an abrasive blade here, like a diamond blade. We're gonna scuff it up real good. That way the Deco-CRETE is the brand of stuff we're using. It's an overlay. We're gonna put that on there about 3/8 to 1/2 inch thick. And then we're gonna stamp it. We're gonna let it cure out and then we're gonna stain it. And I'm gonna show you that process, so stay tuned for it. I'll be showing you more about it and just kind of a step process of what we've done here on the front of the porch. So guys, stay tuned. Let's get into this and see how it's done. Alright guys, we are back out here on the front porch. Let me show you what we're going to be doing here. We're getting ready to overlay this. We're going to put the overlay, the mortar on here. Then we're going to stamp, we're going to level, stamp it, all that fun stuff. So what we're going to do, let me show you real quick what we're going to do to make it a little bit easier. We're going to take some tap cons right here like this here. Concrete bits. We have a hammer drill with a concrete bit. We're just going to take this up underneath of here. We're going to sit there and we're going to screw it from underneath, okay? From up underneath of it there. We'll put some tap cons. We'll drill through that, put some tap cons. Now, that will give you a ledge the stuff can fall down on, and it'll give you something to bring it to as well. So when you're doing this, you ain't got to try to screw it off to death. I mean, you just need enough to where it's going to hold itself. What little bit of weight's going to be on there, you're not going to be pushing on it, so you ain't got to sit and try to run one every 12 inches, okay? Just enough to where it's going to keep it up there, and that's all you need to do. So this is what we're going to do next, and we're going to keep going from there and walk you through this process, and hopefully we can get it done today and show y'all what it looks like. Just like that, okay? See, so now it's got that nice and tight. So what I'll probably do, I'll put probably like 3 in here. Put 1 down there, 1 more down here, and then on the ends down here, I'll probably put 2. Just put 1 here and here. Same thing on this side of the steps. We'll have that secured, and then we're going to head on to the next step. All right, let's show you guys what we got accomplished here. Last time we was getting this on, so we've got this all the way around the sides, okay? We have a nice little platform here, all the way down through there. Yes, that wasn't quite as thick, so I just shoved some drywall underneath of it. We'll pull it out, throw it away, no big deal. You see, we're all the way around. All right, let's show you what we got here. So here is the actual mixture that we're going to be using from Deco-CRETE, okay? There it is, stamp overlay. It's in gray. This here tells you all the stuff, 3 to 3.5 quarts per bag. This is a 50-pound bag, I believe. 50 pounds, there it is. It's a 50-pound bag. So basically just a hair less than a gallon of water. I'm gonna mix it up as best I can. So we've got this cleaned, swept. You saw where we grinded it. We've got it grinded down so it's nice and open. I have a gauge rake that I'm gonna be using to keep it level. I bought this at Menards. I'll show you guys. I'm putting a link where, the link for this one, oh, it's in the shade. You can't see very good. Gauge Rake Pro, okay. And they have different one of these gauges. This is a 3/8 gauge that I put on here. I think they go from an 1/8 all the way to a 1/2 inch, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe bigger. I have to look and see. But these just go on. They kind of lock on there. Then you put the wing nut on there, and it's got a washer. I did buy this from Deco-CRETE. It's a blade. We can use this here. Probably screw onto it. It's just a leveling blade, a smoother rather, not leveling, but a smoothing blade. We have our nap roller here that we're getting ready to put on our Surebond. So let's talk about that. That's the next thing about this is the Surebond 1-to-1 ratio. This to water. We're gonna put it in a pump up sprayer. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna spray this on with the wand on the top and on the side. Then we're gonna take that roller, then we're just gonna roll it so it's not puddled. Then we're gonna start letting that dry. As that's starting to dry, we're gonna go over here and mix up. I think I'm gonna mix about, not at one time, but I'm probably gonna mix about 6 or 7 bags dump it all up in here, some different spots, get up there and start leveling it. And then we will see, because I mean, you have some work time, but you ain't got no 4 or 5 hours for this stuff. I mean, it's not gonna last that long. Next thing we have some spike shoes. These are a little longer than I wanted, but I didn't know how deep I was gonna go, so I went ahead and got a little bit taller ones. These actually is with a yard aerator. You can put those things on and walk through your yard. I guess like you're stomping grapes or something maybe. But anyways, this is what them actually for, but we're gonna use them for spikes in here so that way we're not standing in it. That will help us not make big tracks and doesn't get all over our shoes. Not that that really matters because shoes are getting a little old. They got a project or two left and they gotta go. So that don't really matter. But anyway, so that's what we got going on here. We're gonna get this started. We're gonna get this going and we're gonna see how it turns out. I've never done this, but we're gonna do it. Like I tell you, we're gonna do something even if it's wrong. And if I do it wrong, I'll tell you how to fix it and do it right so you don't have to mess up. So let's get into this next project. We're gonna turn this in and so stampable. So what we're doing, I'm not doing it quite the traditional way. If you watch the video on how to stamp this, you'll know what I'm talking about and what I used. If you haven't, go watch it, but we're gonna use the same stamp. It's gonna make it a little more complicated than it has to be, but I want to match up that to this. So this is already what I've used, so we're gonna make it work. There we go, voila. We got some redneck high heels. Do be careful, because you didn't have any grip. You're walking on nails, pretty much. Alright, so we added our water. Now we're going to add our Surebond 100. We're just going to do a half a gallon for now. So what we're going to do is screw this on now. Then we're going to go give it a good shake. Stir it all up. See, so there's our gauge rake. So we have our 3/8 set, okay? So you can see if I go and take my finger, see how that's got that set, and that's about 3/8 of an inch. So it doesn't look like it's that thick, and it's not over here on the edge. I gotta pull some over there. Next thing with it, when you do it, you don't want to go and have it dropped like this or way up like this, because that sets it just a nice, even, about a 45-degree angle. Just grab it. You can grab the material and you can pull it. See how that eventually just lets it flow out, and once again, like I said, you can stick your finger in there. You can see that's got about the right depth that we need. So now it's just kind of working in a little bit. As I said, we got our redneck high heels on. Okay, see how this makes it nice where you can walk through it. Doesn't leave a ton of stuff. It's going to, but not nearly as bad as your shoes. You get your shoes in there, it's going to be an absolute disaster. So you're going to want to pair these for sure. And if it gets a little thick, it doesn't drag as well, so you might just have to just mist it. I wouldn't like straight up spray it big time, just mist it a little bit. And it allows it to pull your material. Give me that blade. So you can see as we get closer, I'm not ready, I'm just going to kind of show you as we get closer, we can attach the pole to this and just grab it. It's like a giant drywall knife. See how that smooths it out real nice. Obviously you got to go over it a few more than just one time, but you can drag it. See how that evens that out really good. Then we're going to come back, we'll stamp that, and nobody will ever even know. All right, we've got it down, we've drug it, and we've got it all about 3/8 of an inch. Now we got our smoother that we ordered from Deco-CRETE as well. We're just hooking it to the same. I took the pole off the gauge rake, put this rod on here, and we're just taking it. It's just like a giant, I mean, it's like a trial slash giant drywall knife. And we're just smoothing it out. I mean, I got it, as you can see, it's got a few spots in there. I need to put some more material there. We're just dragging it out. Get this about where we want it, because the depth is pretty well right. We just got to work all this in here where it smooths it all out. See, I put my spike marks here, so we can just kind of grab here, and that smooths it right over. As opposed to you just have your shoes on, you have a giant mess. So we're just gonna work this in, and I gotta work the edges in, and then we're gonna start doing the sides, and then after that, we just gotta let it get to the point where it is dry enough to start stamping. After that, we'll start stamping it, and then it's just a matter of letting it dry. So we're just gonna go around and do this. So let me finish working this out, and we'll bring you guys back, and we'll show you a little bit more what it looks like before I start stamping it. All right, we have let this sit up for a little while. Go ahead and pan across here. You can see where we've got it all laid. There's little lines in it, but we're gonna kind of trowel that out as we go. We're gonna stamp this. I'm gonna try to do this without getting on it. We're gonna see how well it goes. So I might have to do from in here, out there, on a ladder. Like I said, I'm not doing it the traditional stamping way. I'm using this thing that I used in there, and I want the same pattern, so I've got to make it work, but we're going to. So let's go ahead and get started here. What we're gonna do, we're just gonna start right here at this threshold here. Put it on there, we're just gonna tap it down. Let's pull it up and see what that looks like. Pretty good. Like we said before, so you can have the same, not have to have the same pattern. You can take this and rotate it. You just gotta line back up on this here. Makes it a little easier when you take this little hammer. Just tap on it. Makes it better than trying to use your hand. So now what we're gonna do, we're just gonna work our way that way, work our way this way, work our way out, and trowel it. And biggest key is going to have to be trying to reach it, but I think we'll be all right. All right, we are back out here the next day. We was out here till dark getting this done. It's not all the way dry, but it's walkable right now. As you can see, it's real kind of splotchy looking. Well, it's not just the shadow in the sun, but as you can see here, how it's real light and then dark. It's dry enough you can walk on it, but it's just not all the way fully cured. So we're gonna get up here. We're gonna do a few things to it. You can just take a look here. There's a few rough spots here and there that I've knocked down with the trowel already. So if you have a few spots where it's a little jagged like that right there, you kind of just hit it up and it knocks that burr off so it's not so sharp and jagged for you. But this is the final look of it. I'm actually pretty pleased with the product itself. That Deco-CRETE, I think it had a pretty good work time with it. I think it's actually a pretty good product. Like I said, it's based out of Ohio. If you're anywhere near, I believe they have like 3 spots, Cincinnati, Columbus, and there's another one there. It might have been Cleveland. I can't remember. But you can go check out their website, Deco-CRETE. They have just about everything you're going to need. Let me show you the sides here too. Stamp the sides of it. Had our ledger board there. I was able to stamp that. Okay. Turned out pretty well. There's a few spots in it, but all in all, it's really not bad. So we'll probably take that board off of there today. There you have it. So we're gonna let this here fully cure out, and then we're gonna get us some. We're gonna power wash this because this has been done in the spring. If you've not watched the video, like I told you, go back and watch it. But we're gonna power wash this, get it all nice and clean, and then we will go and acid stain. This stuff we'll take an acid stain. That's one reason I chose it as well. You can acid stain it. So we're gonna acid stain this and this the same color. Then we'll clear it, and it'll be ready to go at that point. So that is pretty much all there is to this. It really isn't that difficult. Now, like I told you guys before, I did this with the stamp, that hard stamp that really it's used to make like a walkway. You put it down, you pour concrete in it, and then you pull it up, and then it stays there after it's set for a minute. That's just what I come up with. The best option is the little floppy ones that you can lay out. You step on it, you put a releasing agent, either a powder, or you put it in the actual mix when you do it. So that's up to you how you want to do it, but I'm just showing you this Deco-CRETE. This stuff, like I showed you, it does work well, in my opinion. It worked well with the way I just done it. And if you go actually check out Deco-CRETE, they have a YouTube page as well, and they show some different ways of how they do it, and they've done it with the legit stamp. So I mean, it works both ways. Like I said, it's a good product. It's not too terribly expensive. Hey guys, also go check out my shop there on Teespring. I got one of my sweaters on here. Got a shirt on underneath of it actually. But go check that out. It's got all the different shirts that I wear and sweaters. If you would, subscribe to the channel, hit that like button. It helps us out a lot. Push the channel out there, get people to view it. We appreciate everybody that has been watching and keeping up with us. And like I said, we're getting close to that 10,000 subscribers, so we would like to hit that pretty soon. So if you would consider hitting that subscribe button, we'd appreciate it. And remember, as always, why hire a guy when you can DIY? Thanks for watching.